David and Christine, well, it was a pressure tank that exploded inside this facility called Kitty Hawk. And the evacuation order, it did earn earlier today. I do want to say that. But despite that, people have been coming here all day long, taking pictures, just taking in all the damage. And I don't think it's anything that the community is going to be forgetting about anytime soon.
I didn't know if a semi had hit the end of the building or it just stunned you real quick.
Tuesday afternoon, an explosion at Kitty Hawk Products blew the roof off the building, sending debris flying hundreds of feet away from the blast site.
Just literally between the boom and the shock wave just hit us like a ton of bricks.
To me, I thought it was a tornado because there was like a debris cloud and it was kind of twisting up.
Bobby Fassold works directly across the street from Kitty Hawk. Security footage shows a large piece of debris slamming into his truck, leaving it dented. Other angles show a large piece of metal slamming into the concrete behind his business, even leaving the ground missing chunks.
Some of that stuff was in the air for over 10 seconds.
The explosion caused by a pressure tank used for heat treating metals. But a second tank in the building posed a risk of another explosion, forcing the two-story tank to be submerged in water and a level 3 evacuation order for the surrounding community.
It's cooled over 16 hours. It is currently submerged in water in the pit in the building, and we have moved on to structural issues.
Canby Fire Chief Matt Dale saying the evacuation order was lifted as of Wednesday morning, as there's no longer an explosion hazard and there are no health or environmental concerns from the explosion.
I have never seen this before. The next step for the building owner is to determine with their insurance company how to stabilize or remediate the stability, which might involve taking down some of the walls.
3 employees were there at the time of the explosion, with one being taken to the hospital, who is now expected to be discharged Wednesday.
I didn't think there would be any way someone could survive something like that.
Other businesses nearby and a mobile home also received damage, including some stored vehicles at Canby RV and Boat Storage, where some had been waiting hours to be allowed in.
Every morning I show up at 3:30, pick up the RV, and I go to work. But this morning it was a little different because of the explosion. I needed that RV to get to our patients, and that's why I'm here still.
So the exact reason why that tank exploded is still being investigated. Now, the Canby School District did close school for one elementary and middle school today, just out of safety concerns for students that had to walk or bike by this site. Now, as for this facility, Chief Dale says that it is unsafe and nobody is allowed in until those walls are stabilized. Back to you.
Celine Stevens with the update in Canby. Thanks, Celine.